Penultimate contest of the evening. 6 3-minute rounds of boxing in the super lightweight division. Introducing to you firstly, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the gold coloured shorts trimmed with white. At the weight he scaled 10 stone, 2 pounds, 3 ounces. Presenting from Siam, here is Jordan Ellison. And opposing him, boxing out of the red corner, wearing the blue coloured shorts trimmed with white. At the weight he scaled 10 stone, 2 pounds, 7 ounces. His outstanding ring record thus far, 20 contests, 15 wins. 3 of those wins coming by way of knockout, just 4 defeats and 1 draw. He comes to the ring this evening as the former WBC International Champion and the former lightweight champion of the Commonwealth, presenting from Birkenhead, Sean Masher Dodd. Timekeeper at the bell, Phil Morris. Referee, Jamie Kirkpatrick from Preston. 6 3-minute rounds.
Sean, you come. Masher. Come in. Okay lads, both know the rules. Keep the punches up, watch your heads on the inside. Obey my commands at all times, defend yourselves at all times. Touch gloves, good luck to you both. Thank you.
Here we go then. And just like Luke Willis and Fons Alexander, potentially a little bit of a banana skin. Same for Masher tonight. He'll have to beat Jordan Ellison and put him in his place early on if he's going to win tonight, Masher.
Round 1.
Yeah, Masher coming off a couple of iffy results, but it's a good level opposition. Definitely another run at the titles left in Masher Dodd, and he gets that underway tonight, doesn't he, Jordan Ellison?
Yeah, and he's certainly a tough opponent, Ellison, isn't he? You know, we've seen him with a few prospects over the years, and he always gives them a test. He's a good opponent, this for Masher.
Yeah, you just said it well there, Luke. You've got to beat Jordan Ellison. You know, he's not going to give you anything. You've actually got to put him in his place and beat him.
Yeah, and you can already see that from the start. You know, Ellison's throwing a lot of jabs, trying to keep busy. He's not one of these guys that'll just tuck up, come out with a bit of intent.
Little borderline shot there. I thought he leant over quite nicely and put that left hook to the body in, but just gets a warning there for a borderline shot. Masher's become experienced over the years, though, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been there, done it, and seen it all. Masher, like you said, there's certainly another title run left in him. There's some big fights left in him.
Solid jab there from Ellison, though. Just timed that perfectly, didn't he, as Dodd came forward.
Yeah, Masher's just got to start establishing that jab early on. That's more like it from Masher, that right hand over the top landing.
I've seen Ellison get stopped a couple of times early. You know, if you do catch him clean, he can go, and that's been down at lower weights. Zelfa Barrett got rid of him very quickly one day when Zelfa was on fire and just caught him with a peach in the opening round. Masher's not a sharp knockout puncher, is he? He'll get it done on work rate and volume and using his awkwardness to his advantage.
Yeah, and so far this first round, Ellison's looked pretty good in there behind that jab. He's caught a lot of Masher's shots as well with his gloves. Yeah, Ellison's looked good in this opener.
Yeah,
He's certainly given Masher a lot to think about.
Another jab there from Ellison. Finding a home for that, isn't he, quite regularly? Masher tends to take a couple of rounds to just work out what's in front of him and come up with a game plan and adapt to it. Might be the way to be successful here with Jordan Ellison is just to close that distance.
Yeah, judging on this first round, for me, Ellison's won this quite clearly. The opener, he's looked really good behind that jab. Like you said, Masher's just going to have to reassess a little bit in that corner. This one's scheduled for 6. Oh, and a win for Ellison here. It'd be a massive scalp if he could get the win.
It's been a night of upsets, hasn't it? I know Ben Fields was 2-0, but I think we can call it an upset. The decision he got over James Collins. We've had Brett Fido. Again, was it an upset, wasn't it? But on paper it is. He beat Sean Cairns. And John Ellison putting in a nice opening round there against Sean Masher.
Corners, 10 seconds.
So, Olympia's filled up, Lou. You know, if you look around and look on the lower seat in the first tier, it's barely a empty space. Lots of people standing as well. It's going to be a good atmosphere in here for Tom McGuinness and Colin Day, which will follow at around 10 o'clock.
We mentioned it at the start of the show, isn't it? A lot of people, Liverpool's a very knowledgeable boxing city, and a lot of people are sticking around for this main event.
Yeah, I suppose a lot of people who will know both lads as well.
Yeah.
See what Masher and his team came up with in the corner in between rounds.
He certainly opened this one a lot sharper than he did the first round. Landed a couple of jabs. But Ellison certainly got a lot of ambition about himself tonight. Just got a mark around his right eye. Looking really sharp in there, Ellison.
Just as we thought, Dodd letting his hands go in close, closing that distance down and trying to do his work up on Ellison's chest. Ellison's jab looks the part tonight. Probably got to avoid that, Dodd.
A nice right hand over the top past the jab. And like you said, if Masher can avoid that jab, it becomes pretty easy night's work for him. But the jab's worked so far for Ellison. He's just beginning to work his way on the inside now, Masher. Just to where he wants to be.
Nice little bit of boxing there from Ellison. Avoided what was coming from Masher, landed his own shots and then just skipped out of the way. Looking like an awkward night's work, this.
Yeah, Lee Hogan mentioned it earlier in the week that he thought it could be a tough night's work for Masher, and he certainly proves to be right in the opening couple. He's just starting to get to Ellison a little bit more regularly now. Yeah, Masher's slowly dragging this into his kind of fight, and the referee's allowing them to work when they're getting close as well, which will suit Masher.
He's very good at that, isn't he, Masher? If you look at the attributes he's got, you wouldn't have put him down as someone who's reached the levels he has, but he just has this way of making people fight his fight and dragging them into what he wants to do rather than letting them dictate.
Yeah, and if you speak to him, he'll always say he overachieved in his career because he hasn't got the ability of some of these guys that you see winning titles and winning the titles that he won, but he just, like you said, managed to drag everyone into wars at every stage of his career, and he's going to have to do that to Ellison tonight, and he certainly did in that second round. Comment on the Facebook stream, live on Only Full Fights as well, VIPboxing.tv, hashtag VIPboxing live on Twitter. Dylan Williamson asking how Matthew Rennie got on. He looked brilliant on his debut. A shutout win against Gary Maguire, switching from orthodox to southpaw. He's certainly one to look for in the future. Really good performance from him on his debut. Of course, still to come, we got Tom McGuinness and Colin Day in the main event of the evening. A big fight that on the domestic scene. Two guys putting it all on the line tonight. In the ring at the moment. Masher Dodd and John Ellison.
Yeah, coming up for approaching halfway point in this one.
Round 3.
Dodd certainly having to think his way through it. much better for him this than a foreign opponent who would just come, maybe lie down first opportunity of trouble. Ellison knows all about Dodd. It'd be a big feather in his cap. He understands how big a victory over Masha Dodd would be, and he's given it his all.
Yeah, and equally, this is the perfect kind of fight for Masha coming back. He wouldn't have wanted someone that he could just beat up for a bit. He wants to test his reaction, test his skills, and Ellison's certainly doing that tonight. Masha's just trying to up the tempo a little bit now.
Ellison just gambled a little bit with a right, and it nearly paid off, didn't it?
Yeah, he's landed a couple of them so far where he's just thrown a few throwaway shots and they've landed.
Nice uppercut on the inside there from Dodd. That's where he wants to fight tonight, isn't he? He wants it in close there.
Yeah, and there's not much Ellison can do about it when Masha drags him on the inside.
Oh, there's no shame in the defeats Dodd suffered recently, is he? Joe Cordina's going to, you would imagine, go on to become a British champion at the very least, and nothing to be ashamed of there. Dodd gave a fairly good account of himself. Still victories to be had, I think, at domestic level for Sean.
Yeah, 100%. In that fight, he was boxing a guy that was just an elite level fighter. Nice left up from Masha. He's working really well on the inside now. Yeah, credit to the referee for allowing them to work as well. Been really good work on the inside so far from Masha when he can get there. Nice shot from Ellison, just catching him with the right hand as he came in there.
Yeah, it's perfectly timed, wasn't it?
And that's the thing about Masha. He is reckless when he comes on, tries to get on the inside, and if you can't catch him with the right hand.
But he did show his experience as well. Ellison landed it, and Ellison stepped around to try and follow it up. That was a big left hand from Ellison as Dodd came in. But Dodd just put his arm to stop him. He just spoiled Ellison's progress. So Ellison caught him with a lovely little left hand there as Dodd followed him to the ropes.
Yeah, and Ellison just seems to be timing him as he comes on the inside towards the end of this round.
I'll be honest, this is one of the best performances I've seen from John Ellison.
Yeah, it really surprised me when he came out. He looked really good behind that jab. Yeah, you look at his record, 110, lost 19. And you wouldn't expect him to be so good behind that jab as he has been so far tonight.
How people scoring it on the various streams, Luke?
No one scored it yet. Let us know on the Facebook stream, #VIP Boxing Live on Twitter. I was hoping we'd have a few comments then, but they're all just saying, come on, Masha.
Can I have a look on only full fights, also streaming all the VIP show tonight.
Corners, 10 seconds.
Yeah, the halfway mark of this one now, and it's just glimpses of Masha starting to take over it.
John Ellison certainly not been put in his place yet. No reason for him to go into his shell. Just as we say that, beautiful little combination ending with a nice left hook to the body.
Yeah, and Craig Brogan's just summed it up quite nicely on the Facebook stream. He's just saying, Masha's just got to get on the inside and try and rough him up, and that's what we've been saying all night. He's just struggled at times to get on the inside. And lovely uppercut landed from Masha. Just when it looks like he's going to make it into his type of fight, Ellison comes back with some good work of his own.
Yeah, I'd like to see him just a little bit faster with his feet here, Masha, just to close that distance more. Ellison again, just landing ones and twos. If Ellison can steal this one, all of a sudden, the last two rounds become very, very important for Sean Dodd, because I think he could certainly make a case for Ellison pinching at least one of the first three. just needs to put this beyond doubt.
Yeah, and Terry Spencer's saying that it's easier said than done getting past that jab, and it certainly is. The jab surprised me tonight from Ellison. He's up really sharp in there with his shots, and
Dodd has found a home for that uppercut, hasn't he, in the last minute or so?
And that seems to be the shot that's working for him.
But again, Ellison just letting his hands go there when he's got any space. Nice right hand, and then just turns Dodd into the ropes. Good performances from Jordan Ellison tonight, win or lose.
Yeah, absolutely. His stock will certainly rise from his performance.
This is about the time when you expect Dodd's toughness and for all the championship rounds he's got in those legs to just begin to tell, isn't it? And he can begin to make it exactly the type of fight that he wants.
Yeah, and he just managed to do that in the last 30 seconds or so. Ellison will be pretty glad the referee called break when he did then. Good work from Ellison with that lead hand again. Yeah, he's still doing a much better job than a lot of fighters do against Masha of trying to keep him at range. He's just bullying his way in now, Masha, slowly.
Yeah, he's just walked through the best that Ellison's got, I think, hasn't he? Shots will be bothering him. Obviously, they're putting him off just having his own way, but it does seem like he's become accustomed to them. He can take them, and now he's just got to make it an inside fight and do what he does best, really.
Yeah, this has been the best round for Masha by far. The first round really well. We've seen what we come to expect from Masha. And one more fight to come after this one. And Tom McGuinness and Colin Day. We'll start getting your predictions in for that one. It'd be interesting to see how everyone thinks that one's going to go. A real 50-50 fight against two big prospects from the VIP stable. Ellison still looks quite relaxed in that corner. Surely he's got to be feeling it in there after that last round.
Corners, 10 seconds. Keep the mic up, please. South, round 5.
Two more to go with this one, and you feel Masha's got to win both of these. Better start from Masha with that jab. The first time it's really landed.
Ellison's just been a little bit quiet with his own, and Dodd took advantage, hasn't he, and put his own jab into play straight away at the start of this round. So that's the experience, isn't it? Just realising little gaps and opportunities where you can impose yourself on the fight, and he just saw Ellison's jab slipped a bit, and Dodd established his pretty much straight away.
Yeah, and there's no disgrace in it, but I think Ellison's just feeling the pace a little bit as well. He's worked so hard behind that jab in the first four. Like you said, it's the first time Masha's jab started to land. And it's just allowing him to get on the inside a little bit easier than he was finding it in the previous rounds. You can see Masha's corner, they're just calling for him to get on Ellison's chest.
Yeah, he's closed the distance, hasn't he? The fight, Ellison's constantly having to work now at every second, whereas before he could pick his shots, and when he had the right time and distance he could let his hands go. Now he's having to work pretty much for 3 minutes of every round.
And you can see there's not as much pop in those shots as there was when he is working. And Masha's just walking through that jab now. Yeah, Ellison nearly fell out the ring in front of us then. It's becoming a lot easier for Masher to get on the inside.
Yeah, I think we're looking at a Masher Dodd fight now, aren't we?
Yeah, and it took longer than expected. But he certainly managed to drag it into a fight that he wanted it to be. And credit to Ellison, he's trying to match Masher's work rate on the inside. Nice right hand from Masher and the left hook following it. And he's just mauling now, Masher. Trying to overwhelm Ellison with volume of shots.
The jab's pretty much gone from Ellison's arsenal now, hasn't it?
Yeah, the first thing, there was a real pop behind it, a real spike, and you could see Masher's head snapping back when it landed, but now Masher just seems to be walking through it. And despite the effort of Ellison, you can see that pop's gone.
Just timed this. Looks like he's just timed this absolutely perfectly now. Masher Dodd.
Yeah.
Come out for a sixth and final round.
Yeah, if he can win this one, I think he'll just nick the fight, but he's certainly not had it all his own way. And Ellison's really starting to feel that pace in there, and you don't blame him. It's been a tough 5 rounds so far. Dave Smith asking if Sean Cairns is on tonight. He's on before this one. He got beat by Brett Fido by a point. Yeah, and everyone on the Facebook stream has got this one close, and rightly so.
Corner to 10 seconds.
3 more minutes to go, and
Yeah, good workout this for Masher Dodd. Exactly what he needed. The cobwebs will be well and truly gone after this one. He'll know he's been in a fight tomorrow morning, I would have thought, and straight back into 2019, get another fight early on and straight back on the horse.
yeah, absolutely. Like you said, it's the perfect opponent, and you never know what Joe Nelson's going to turn up, but it's certainly been a good one tonight.
He's come out firing as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, he seems to have found a little second wind at the start of this 6th round.
We'll have to see if he can maintain that for a full 3 minutes or whether he'll burn himself out after a minute.
Yeah, and if there's one person you don't want to burn yourself out against, it's Masher. Did well then, Ellison, just to spin Masher.
Nice right hand, left uppercut there from Ellison. Probably his best shots for a while, but Dodd's just on him now, isn't he? He's relentless.
Yeah, and you can see every shot's an effort for Ellison now. And he will struggle to do that for another 2 minutes with Masher on his chest like he is.
Nice right hand there from Dodd, and a left.
He seems
Ellison
to be,
just struggling to keep him off.
yeah, he's landing a lot more regularly now, Masher. I think Jamie Kirkpatrick's been good as well in there as the referee. Yeah, he's let them work on the inside, and Masher's having real success now.
Yeah, Ellison visibly weakening, isn't he, before our eyes. Put up a great fight, I thought, for 4 rounds there, John Ellison, but the last 2, Masher's just taken over, really. Still fighting hard, Ellison.
Yeah, a minute to go now in this one.
But there's a sense that he's fighting to keep Masher off rather than... I thought earlier it looked like he was fighting to win. Now he's trying to keep Masher off.
Yeah, it's been a massive effort this from John Ellison in the last round. This has been good though from Masher in the last 3 to drag it into the kind of fight he wanted it to be. Nice right uppercut landing again.
Right, it's not the sweet science, is it, with Sean Dodd, but he just has this habit of imposing his will and imposing his style and making you fight his fight.
Yeah, it's been so successful for him so far, and it's done the trick again tonight. Come towards a close on this one. Masha certainly won this round, and for me, he's just won the fight.
Really good fight, that. Really good. Because sometimes these keep busy fights can turn into processions, can't they? But that was action from start to finish, and both guys fought really well.
Yeah, credit to both men. Jordan Ellison deserves a lot of credit for that performance, but for me, Masha's just done enough towards the end of that one. And like we said before, he'll be looking to get back in the title mix early next year. It's certainly the perfect 6th round that he would have wanted to close out the year, get back to winning ways, and then kick on in the new year. A couple of people saying potentially a draw on the Facebook stream. We'll find out very shortly from the MC Michael Pass. He's got referee Jamie Kirkpatrick's scorecard. Having a few microphone issues, so we'll have to wait a few moments before we find out the decision from the referee. John, how have you got that one?
I think Masha, the final 2 rounds there, he just took it. I think he could split the first 4. I thought Masha took the last 2. I'd probably give it him 4 rounds to 2.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
58-56, actually.
Yeah, and he certainly had to work for it. There's no doubt about that. It must be a horrible wait this for the fighters now. Masha seems pretty happy with his performance above us here, just talking to the fans. Those microphone issues are just getting sorted out now. Chris Hadaway's watching the fight on Facebook. He agrees with you, John. He's got it 58 points to 56. And I think the general consensus round ringside is that Masha's going to nick this one. And John, just while we wait for that result, Tom McGuinness and Colin Day's up next, and that's got the potential to be a great fight.
Yeah, 2 guys at similar stage of their career. I know Colin picked up an early career loss, which we'll no doubt touch upon during the fight, but as we always say, a fight at that stage in your career a loss at that stage in your career doesn't really matter. They're both at very similar stages, a nice clash of styles. Both guys are coming to win. The winner's going to move onwards and upwards towards an area title fight. The loser, it's not the end of the road, is it? But it's a meaningful fight for both, and it's an important fight in both guys' careers.
Yeah, and it's credit to both guys that they've taken this fight as well. We've got Joe Eco and Adam Ridge on the Jolly Boys in a few weeks. We talked about the Bolton show next week as well, some evenly matched fights on that card, and we're starting to see these prospects. There's a lot of unbeaten prospects at the moment, and they're slowly starting to be matched together, and we're finding out who the best of the bunch are.
The good thing is that most guys do actually want to fight each other as well. Finally got a microphone that works.
We had to get a replacement battery for the microphone. So after 6 3-minute rounds of super lightweight action, referee Jamie Kirkpatrick has scored the contest 59 points to 57 points for your winner, hailing from Seaham, Jordan Ellison.
Oh, Ellison looked resigned when he heard 59-57, but another upset tonight, and that's a massive win for Jordan Ellison.
Always popular.
59-57.
I'm not sure what to
Once
make
again,
of that,
we do
to be
apologise
honest.
for the delay.
As soon as I heard 59, Ellison and his corner looked resigned and shook their heads. They thought they deserved a bit more credit, but they got the 59 and they triumphed over Sean Dodd over 6 rounds, a shock victory. Jordan Ellison. Well, Masha was speaking to his fans before the decision was announced and said it was a difficult fight and Ellison was a good kid, but I don't think in his dreams he expected to come out on the wrong end of a defeat.
No, and we said Ellison's stock would rise from that performance, so he didn't think he'd have got the win.
big win for Jordan Ellison, who fought really well, but we just thought that Dodd turned it into his kind of fight in the final 2 rounds and came away with a victory. But anyway, not to take anything away from Jordan Ellison, the best I've seen him, he really did fight well. Luke Willis